If you're watching this video, chances are that you've already seen compression boots floating around online or maybe even in the gym. And you might be wondering if the Hyper Ice NormaTec 3 compression boots are actually worth it. I've used them, I've also tested them, and I've compared them to other recovery tools. And in this video, I'm giving you my full breakdown. What makes the Hyper Ice NormaTec 3 boots different, my real results after using them, the downsides that no one really talks about, and then ultimately whether I think they're worth the money. So let's start off with what you're actually buying. The Hyper Ice NormaTec 3s come with 2 compression sleeves, a lightweight control unit, some tubing, and then also the power supply charger. The whole system is nicely folded down to about the size of a backpack, but you still need to use a couch or recliner to spread it out while using it. Each sleeve has 5 compression zones, moving from your feet up to your thighs and creating a pulsing wave of pressure. One very useful feature Hyper Ice also added here is something called ZoneBoost, which basically lets you dial in extra focus on specific areas. You can actually hone in on areas like your calves or quads, if that's where you usually feel sore. You also get 7 levels of intensity. Lower levels feel like a gentle massage. The higher levels push into that deep tissue massage-like territory. The control unit is very simple: power, start, intensity, and zone settings, so no app required. If you're new here, I'm Cam. I test out recovery and wellness tools to figure out what actually works and not just sounds good in theory. I try to cut out the fluff and just give you the stuff that's worth your time. So how does this actually help recovery? The compression boots use intermittent pneumatic compression. Basically, air chambers inflate and deflate in sequence to mimic the muscle pump that naturally pushes blood and lymphatic fluid back towards your heart. This does 2 things: improve circulation, meaning more oxygen and nutrients in, more waste products like lactic acid out. It also helps reduce that heavy, stiff feeling you get in your legs after training or if you've been on your feet for a very long time. Think of it as a passive version of what a massage or foam rolling would do for you, without you actually needing to move. Here's what I actually noticed after using the Hyper Ice NormaTec 3 compression boots. Number 1, circulation. After 30-minute sessions, my legs felt noticeably lighter, and that's especially after any sort of intense activity that taxes your leg muscles. Secondly, reduced tightness. My calves and knees usually carry a lot of tension, and over time, these sessions consistently ease that up. And then third, convenience. This is the big one. I could use the compression boots while just hanging out at home. Unlike a massage gun or foam rollers, this is a hands-free recovery tool. Now, do the results last forever? I would say no, but by the next day, some of the relief can fade a bit. So this is a recovery tool that you need to keep using consistently if you want to see benefits. So let's talk about some of the pros. So here are some additional things I think the NormaTec 3 compression boots really do well. Number 1, ease of use. You basically zip yourself up, press the start button, and that's it. Second, adjustability. You've got 7 levels, 5 different zones, and then that ZoneBoost feature I talked about that makes it easy to customize your sessions. Build quality. These don't feel cheap. The materials feel tough enough for daily use. The interior is smooth and comfortable against your legs. And the control unit is nice and compact and also built solidly. Now for the downsides. The price. The NormaTec 3s cost around $800. And while you're paying for top tier recovery, it's not something that most people will buy casually. Also, it's a bulky setup. And by bulky, what I mean is that these are not necessarily a grab and go type of recovery device or tool if you were comparing it to a massage gun. And then storage. They fold up nicely to a manageable size, but the hoses and the actual boots still take up some room. So you'll probably want a dedicated space to keep them. And then the consistency required. If you use them occasionally, you'll feel great, the benefits of lighter legs, reduced stiffness, improved circulation. But after a while, you might sit there and start to question, why did I really spend $800 on this? However, if you use them 3 to 4 times a week, they become a consistent part of your recovery routine, then it absolutely feels worth it. So let's talk about who these recovery boots are for. If your training schedule leaves you sore and stiff for days, definitely you. If you're on your feet for hours, I'm talking about chefs, nurses, warehouse workers, you're all familiar with the type of lasting leg fatigue you have to deal with. And then also if you sit for long stretches, whether it's at a desk, in meetings, or on flights, I'd even say pilots, these can get that circulation moving again. Now, if you're focused on aging well and keeping your circulation and mobility strong, compression therapy can be a proactive tool. Basically, don't wait until it's too late. And now, if you're also the type of person that crams in all types of physical activities, long runs, hikes, compression boots can help you bounce back faster so you're not wrecked by the time you schedule your next activity, whatever that is. Or if you've struggled to stay consistent with recovery, you might be constantly juggling stress and you just don't have the time. This gives you a way to decompress without adding another big chore to your day. So if you expect them to replace good sleep, good nutrition, you'll most likely be disappointed. But if you treat them as a reliable add-on, this makes recovery a lot easier to stick with, and that's where they really shine. So let's break this all down into some quick scores. Ease of use, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. Because once you're zipped in, it's as simple as pressing the start button. Comfort, 8 out of 10, because the pressure feels great in the beginning. The boots can sometimes feel awkward. And then effectiveness for recovery, also an 8 out of 10. They will consistently make your legs feel lighter and reduce tightness, and they work. Build quality, 8 out of 10, because the materials are durable and they feel like they will last. Portability and storage, 7 out of 10. See, they fold down, but they are slightly bulky and take up some space, especially if you're thinking about traveling with them. Then we also have versatility, 8 out of 10. Why? With 7 intensity levels and the ZoneBoost feature, you can really customize your sessions. Price to value, 7 out of 10. At $800, it will only be worth it if you use these boots often. So consistency needed, again, 8 out of 10, because the benefits are real, but they are not a one and done type of solution. So in conclusion, the Hyper Ice NormaTec 3 compression boots are not cheap. For most people, they also require consistency and commitment. But if you can swing the price and you're serious about your recovery, they're one of the most effective and convenient tools I've personally used. For me, compression therapy has earned its spot in my recovery stack alongside recovery protocols like red light therapy, sauna blankets, PEMF therapy. So I'll drop a link in the description with more detailed breakdowns, and if you also want to check out these boots for yourself. And now I also want to hear from you. What do you think about compression therapy? Do you think they're worth it? Maybe you just prefer sticking to massage guns and foam rolling? Let me know in the comments section. And if you want reviews, real-world testing of recovery and wellness tools, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next one.